Originally this was supposed to be a let's play video, but because of some technical difficulties it wasn't able to be, so instead of that, now I'm talking about it. Anyways, so Bite by Night. What do I have to say about this game? Well, Bite by Night is a Roblox asymmetrical horror game, again, but it's based on FNAF, which is good, and I have to say this game is, for some reason, really fun. I don't know what makes it fun. Maybe it's the mechanics, maybe the fact that I'm actually good at being killer in this one, or maybe just the fact that I was a fan of FNAF since I was like 8. So, I don't want this to be too long, so how about we just get to the thing. So, I plan on discussing 3 of the things. Currently, I'm going to talk about the maps, I'm going to talk about the survivor roles, and I'm going to talk about the killer roles. And after I do that, I will say my final review of this game and maybe some other stuff I wanted to talk about. So, without further ado, how about we get into the... So, currently in the game, there are about 3 maps, which are Forest, Warehouse, and Pizzeria, and all of which are pretty high detail, honestly, and I'll be talking about them exactly in that order as I just mentioned. So, let's get on with our first map, Forest. So, on Forest, what do I really have to say about this one? Honestly, as a survivor, this is probably one of my more favorites one, because I don't know, it's just very open and it's very easy for me to survive there, especially with the exit being like huge. And plus there's 2 exits on completely different sides, so the killer can't really just camp there. I mean, unless the exit is on their side, which is bad for them, but good for the survivors. And so that's exactly why it kind of sucks to be the killer on this one. I mean, usually Forest was probably like the best map for me to be the killer, but then after I got the Mimic, it just kind of like became dumb. Honestly, I couldn't win once, even with the Mimic, which is like one of the most powerful killers in the game. I think we can all agree on that. So yeah, and that's kind of like what I have to say for Forest. Not really something special. Then you have Warehouse, which honestly I think that it's like the map I least cared about. It's kind of like the middle child of the maps, because like I honestly can't say that it's bad for the survivors, but I also can't say it's good for the killers. It's literally in the middle, like right in the middle, and it's just kind of like not important, except for the fact that it's actually the only map in the game that has only one possible exit, and that's through the docking bay. Which is also pretty dumb, because that's also like there's also a pretty convenient loop spot. It's almost like it was meant to be a loop spot, mainly because it literally has ramps that can help you get like circle that part, as I'm sure in the footage will show. Actually, no, we don't have that map in the footage. Anyways, that's pretty much all for Warehouse. And the last map, Pizzeria, which is actually the one playing in the background right now. And Pizzeria, well, Pizzeria used to be like my least favorite when I was killer, but for some reason now it's my favorite, kind of like with Forest, except the opposite. I don't know why, but like this map is very tight. It's like kind of the hallways are kind of narrow, which makes it kind of more easier to actually lose the killer. But then again, it's also better for the killer, because then they don't really have much the survivors don't really have much space to go like around the killer, go into like a wide circle around him. And also, like, if you're injured, you can basically just easily grab the person because they have to run in a straight line. And also, I have to mention, on this map there are so many loop spots. Like, there is at least one loop spot in every single place on this map. And like, especially like the middle table in the main room, that's like one of the better one of the more popular ones, mainly because there's a wall there, which makes it like, if you're a Springtrap, you can't really hit them with the axe also, if they're on the other side, which is kind of dumb. However, there's like an easy counter to that, because like there's like an easy counter because as Springtrap you can place traps, which is convenient if they're looping through places with doors. And also the office is pretty annoying, so yeah, there's a lot of loop spots there. So maybe that's basically the reason why I used to hate that map as a killer, but now it's just like, for some reason, not that bad. And I think that's like the end of the map segment. So how about we get on to the... Alright, so the survivors in this game are pretty simple. I actually happen to own all of them, even the newest one. So the survivors in here are customer, medic, fighter, security guard, and the most expensive one currently, technician, which is brand new. And since I own all these, I know how all of these work, except maybe technician, because I genuinely have no idea how you're supposed to play with that. So basically, so let's see. So how about we start off with the customer. The customer is pretty simple. It has two moves. One is the pizza, which heals him about 20 health, and the other one is the Bloxy Cola, which gives him about which gives him a speed boost. Also, like, decreased stamina drain, I'm pretty sure, and basically that's kind of it. It's actually the customer is basically the only one in the entire game, the only survivor that actually has doesn't have something to do with teamwork, as it can act completely solely without having to do anything, right? Because he's just running away and healing himself. And that's basically it for the survivor. There's not much to say. So then you have the medic. I happen to main the medic, and honestly, the medic, it's pretty fun. Okay, yes, it does have only 90 HP, but I don't really care about that, mainly because it's still a good class. You can still heal yourself and other people. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Then for the fighter, they're pretty much like one of the more popular ones, mainly because they have two very unique abilities. Their abilities are actually to stun the killer, which like stuns him for like 3 seconds, but also you for 1 second, from what I've seen. And the other, but you have only like one stun at the beginning of the round, and after you use the stun, you have to recharge it by committing a parry, which is honestly kind of hard. Like, from what I see, people often actually miss the parries, which I can actually totally get, because like parries are pretty hard to get, right? And because of that, like, they're kind of good, but still kind of hard to actually master, from what you'd actually, unlike what you'd actually expect. And that also, like, that's also pretty bad for beginners, right? Because people are almost immediately going to go over to the fighter because they think they're going to immediately be good at it, even though unlike most of the classes, this one actually requires skill. So yeah, the next one is security guard, which I actually played for a while until I realized that it's totally not worth playing as, mainly because it has two abilities. The first one is to use a taser, which really does not do much. It basically just stuns the killer from far away. Not even stuns, it just slows him down, and it even slows you down, and sadly even more than he gets slowed down, which is very dumb. You also can't sprint while using that, and as soon as you stop using it, the killer is completely fine and can normally run. So yeah, it's pretty bad for something that used to be the most expensive class. And then you have the latest class, Technician, which is now the most expensive one, which I'm pretty shocked at how it's the most expensive one, because I have no idea how it works. Also, for the security guard, you have cameras, so that's useful. And the Technician has two abilities. It has like a mask that you can put on, and it has like this. It has a mask, right, which makes you be able to go through obstructions. I honestly don't know what that word means. And the second one is some EMP bomb, I think, or something. I don't know. It's supposed to stun the killer or something. So that's basically it for the survivors. So let's go on to the... So for this segment, I just wanted to say, you might hear me say the word killers, or literally kind of with a weird accent, and don't worry about that. It's nothing. So currently in the game, there's about 3 killers, I think, which are Springtrap, the Mimic, and Ennard, and there's soon we already have 2 confirmed new killers that will be coming, which are the Puppet and Nightmare Foxy, I think. The killers are pretty interesting because unlike in most games, the most Roblox system games, here killers are actually like powerful. They're actually pretty strong. And our first killer to talk about here is in fact Springtrap. Now, Springtrap is the basic killer, right? He's actually the one in the background right now, and he has some interesting attacks. He has a normal swing, which deals actually about 32 damage, which is a lot considering how much you have in the game, which is 100. So basically you can 3-shot even. No, 4-shot. You can 4-shot a survivor with an M1. Then you can throw the axe, which also gains you the ability to use Scream, not Cream, which basically just makes you scream and see where all the players are, kind of like in LMS. And then once you use Scream, you can also use Charge, which gives you a speed boost. And if you manage to hit someone with Charge, it'll actually it'll stun them for a bit, because you will take them, scream onto them, and that will ragdoll them for a few seconds, which gives you the time to prepare to continue attacking them or something. And also, if you then use Scream again, you can get the axe back, which is also pretty good. And his last ability is to place down a trap, which you have the limit of 3 of, but you can still remove them. The traps well, trap people, which is good for loopers and stuff. And that's basically it I have for Springtrap. He does have good counters for loopers, but honestly, not really that good. So how about we get on to our next killer, who is the Mimic. Now, the Mimic is probably the most powerful one in the entire game. There's he has such a good moveset. So he has 3 different modes which you can switch. He has strength mode, speed mode, and stealth mode. In strength mode and stealth mode. In strength mode, you only have the M1, but the M1 is pretty good. It actually deals about 40 damage, which is enough to 3-shot a person, which is amazing. But you have 65 stamina only, and you have about 2 less speed than an average player or all the other killers, and then you have speed mode, which speeds you up like a lot, but then it only has an M1 which deals only 6 damage, kind of dumb. But then you also have the jump attack, which jumps on the player and deals damage. I don't know how much, and ragdolls them. And then you have stealth mode, which has a lot of abilities. It has the M1 that deals even an actual 32 damage, it has a drill ability, which lets you drill into the ground, see where all the other players are, and surprise attack anyone you come near, which also ragdolls them. Then you also have the drill stab, which takes someone. You can carry them away to somewhere, and then you can just drill into them, which also deals a lot of damage. And I'm not sure if there's anything else. Anyways, then that's pretty much all for the Mimic. So then you have Ennard. Ennard is the most expensive one currently, and I don't know if he actually deserves to be. I don't actually own him, so I don't really know his moveset that well. I do know that he has an M1, kind of like Springtrap, I think. That he can summon minions, which are little eyes that bite you, which are really annoying, and give away your location. He can grab you, which also deals damage and brings you closer to him. Then his primary thing is that he can dress up as people he killed, or as the player that is actually the killer right now, that for that round. And he can also just sway his arm when he's the little guy, when he's dressed up as someone. And he can also explode to turn back into Ennard. And honestly, I hear a lot of people saying that he's just not really good, which I'm not really sure if that's true or not, because I'm currently collecting to get him, so we're going to see. Anyways, I think that's about it for this segment. I pretty much talked about all the killers, so how about we just get onto the... Okay, so for the final review, I don't really have to say much. What I do want to say is I like this game. Okay, I like some of its mechanics, like for example the fact that you can barricade doors, which sometimes comes real in handy, especially with the fact that it actually pays you for that. You actually get money for doing that. And also maybe the generators are fun, mainly because there's 3 different mini games you actually have to do on them, and they're pretty simple and straightforward. Well, but then you have some of the more annoying parts, like for example the fact that you still have to escape after 6 a.m. hits, which is sometimes real hard to do if you're a survivor. Actually, when you're a survivor, it's kind of hard to even survive till 6 a.m. But of course, the whole escaping thing isn't really that dumb for the killer. However, it was kind of for me, even though it wasn't, because like the first time I was killer, I had the situation where it was like LMS, and the guy, it managed to hit 6 a.m. and the guy who was in the LMS, he was like real low, and I could have easily killed him. But since I saw that it was going to be 6 a.m. anyways, I thought, well, I lost anyways, I'm just going to give up. And then I found out, like I saw, like it was 5 seconds already after the round, after it hit 6 a.m. and I was like, why the hell is the round still going? Why aren't we back in the lobby or something? And then I looked around and I saw a guy. I saw the guy that was in the LMS running. And I looked to what he was running, and I see a big green sign, like the exit sign, and something glowing. Like I almost got a heart attack. I was trying desperately to catch that guy somehow. I was throwing my axe. I had no idea what I was doing, and I ended up losing. Anyways, like those are some of the cool mechanics. Like I wish that maybe it had like the hatches that you have in like Dead by Daylight, which could make you be able to escape earlier. Well, yeah. Also, the fact that it has kind of bad balancing is not really something well. Like it has very bad balancing. Like the killers are way too OP. Like 3-shotting a person is with an M1 that has like a 2-second cooldown. It's actually insane. And also, but then you have the fact that the survivors are super quick and that they have a lot of stamina. Like there's always like that one side that's going to be, oh, this is unfair, but then this is unfair, and it's like going to be, and the balancing is just bad. They have to fix that somehow. And also the hitboxes are like ridiculous. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Like I give this game honestly like a 9 out of 10, solely because of the fact that it's an ASIM. So yeah. Well, I guess I'll see you in a month when I finally decide to record a video again. So yeah, see ya. Also, in case you're wondering, where are all the other videos I made? Because the last video was about how I'm back and not my first video, which you can also tell by the fact that my channel was made in 2023. So like 3 years of posting nothing is really just dumb. And in case you're wondering where all those videos are, I deleted them. Yeah, I just deleted all of them, mainly because the fact that they were on YouTube, they were just too bad to actually be on YouTube. So yeah. Well, that's it for now, because I'm done with this. Okay, so see ya.